SA Sports Show, time to talk about the Southern Footy League. We've got to go back a little bit to Diggers Day because we missed last Tuesday, being Anzac Day.
Yes, we did.
So we've got a special guest, Payne, of course, the president of the RSL down there at Morphett Vale, and of course the Preds, Craig Warman, joins us as always. Welcome, fellas.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, Ron, maybe we'll start with you, mate, because it is a terrific day, the Diggers Day down there. And there's a couple of really special things that happened. 3 massive dignitaries on the day.
Yeah, 3 massive dignitaries. We had Mr. Michael Pratt, GC.
Yep.
He was a off-duty police officer who thwarted an armed robbery and got slightly bashed up in the process. Mr. Darryl Tree, CV, or Cross of Valour, from the Peninsula. He got quite a few thousand volts through him on several occasions, rescuing a child and attempting to rescue the father in an electrocution incident. And then we had Mr. George Malpass, the great nephew of Captain James Stanley Malpass MC, on board the aircraft.
Yes, military cross, not a bad way to go, is it? So when you talk about the aircraft, an $18 million helicopter comes in on game day. A big game, of course, because it was last year's grand finals.
You in it?
And Morphett Vale. Was I in it?
Were you in it?
No, I wasn't in it, but I've seen the footage.
Oh, okay.
No, they had 3 big dignitaries, mate, not
okay.
down the ladder on all that stuff. It's quite a big event to orchestrate, you know, for a helicopter to come in from Edinburgh, loop around, land on the ground, and they landed on dime. About 4,000 people at the game. There's silence when it comes. The crowd's just in awe of the whole event, aren't they?
Oh, it was just amazing, and you could, as you see at all those big events, the phones are out. Tracking the helicopter, and to everyone, it was just an awesome sight to have it land on, and of course the dignitaries to alight, and then we get on with the game. But it was really well done, and congratulations to both Brunella and Morphett Vale for the buy-in, because you've got to have both sides buy into it. We had to extend half time of the B grade a little bit to get the helicopter in. But yeah, both clubs were great on the day.
It's not every day a helicopter lands on your ground. For you, Ron, what's the moment? I mean, I go to the Anzac Day game and it's brilliant the way we honour what is going on. The bugle, for me, is the moment where I get that tingle and I get a motive about what's happening. Is there a moment for you? Because there's a lot of different moments where I talk to people, different moments get different people. Is there something for you?
I think that for myself personally, the bugle is the thing. You know, it's one of those moments where the hair stands up on the back of your neck, and you remember the importance of the sacrifice that these people have made for our country. But also, on this particular occasion, seeing that helicopter come around, because we've had 5 false starts due to COVID and everything like that.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
We got it to, the closest we got it was to Broken Hill. Then the Premier closed the doors and we couldn't get in. So this time we've actually got the helicopter in and didn't actually land. It looked like the wheels were on the ground, but they didn't. The pilot didn't want to put divots of the aircraft, because it's a 6.5 tonne aircraft, and they didn't want to put divots into the playing field. So they come down, they put the wheels into the grass, but not actually on the ground.
Wow.
They didn't take the weight off the aircraft onto the ground.
I wouldn't have got off.
So it was, to finally achieve that, having spruiked it so many times, and then finally it's happened, was a really, really important moment, not only for me, but for for myself, but for the people from the footy world, because it finally happened and it was there.
Wow.
It's clearly a big day for you, because it's not just about the footy game and the helicopter coming in. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the morning. It's a big day for Morphett Vale. It's not, we just flick a switch and we have Anzac Day and then we turn the switch off because it's been. Can you just give us a quick overview for the viewers? What's the build-up at the RSL coming in to Anzac morning?
Oh, build-up's huge. If we start from the Friday morning before Anzac Day, we do a commemorative church service at Brunella Life Care for the for the older people who can't get away. We then move to Digger Day on the Saturday. On the Friday night we have all the guests at the sub-branch for dinner. Then we have Digger Day. But before we go to Digger Day, we get stuff up to the footy ground, go home, shower change, go down to Colonnades, and with the Onkaparinga pipes and drums, do a little last post service in at the food court there. And people really love that. The band marches in, marches around, playing, and then marches off. Then we race back out to the footy club and start getting things ready. In the meantime, we've organised for someone to pick the dignitaries up from the footy club, take them down to Old Dinga where they meet the aircraft, which was waiting from Old Dinga at the airport there, and they bring them up, and then it just goes on with another event, and then we end up, Monday night? Sunday we have a church service. Monday night we have the youth vigil with the youth organisations from around the area, the footy clubs, the surf lifesavers, the different cadet units, CFS, MFS, whatever, they're there. They mount a guard on the memorial all night.
Wow.
Then they hand it over to another cadet unit for the dawn service. We do the dawn service up to the back up then to the sub-branch for the gunfire breakfast. This year we changed our format a bit and we put in a breakfast, then we went to having a live band in there, lunch, the odd game of 3 or 4 or 5 of 2-up and drinks. We had a good crowd in the hall for a while there during the day, and we sub-branch ended up doing reasonably well out of it. And then tomorrow night we've still got another event to do for Sooner for the netball.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So they're well fed, they've gambled, and they're well drinking.
They're away.
Yeah.
That's their day.
Yeah.
I want to ask, how long has the association with CAC been going for, and how did it start? To get a helicopter be landing on the ground is not an easy thing to arrange, I wouldn't think.
No, well, the easy part is that CHC operationally here, Cameron Dixon from their headquarters is in Perth. He's the regional director for CHC. His people here organise the permits and everything like that. The club here just goes around, knocks on the door or puts notifications into the letterboxes to let them know that the chopper's actually going to land. CHC's involvement with Digger Day has been going in here, 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018 we started with this. But it originally come from the Shoalhaven Rugby Union thing,
Yes.
where a couple of old salty old naval veterans decided to do a Digger Day event over there. They did all the format. I've been to a couple of those and asked if I could bring the concept back here.
Yep.
And they said,
Go for it.
Go for it, yeah.
So I went to see himself
The great man, yep.
and said, this is a concept, what do you think? And he said,
We'll make it happen.
And it did. It just took a while. You didn't
And it
have for
has.
COVID, mate.
Yeah, exactly. But the association we've had with the RSL has been absolutely fantastic, and it just gives the two clubs that play in the grand final something extra at the start of the following year, when they have their replay. Of course, the Guernseys are supplied, and had a huge response to the sale of the Guernseys after the particular event a couple of weeks ago. I think it was just over $6,000 was raised. The helicopter company, CHC, put in another 5, so 11 grand to RSL Legacy.
Wow.
It is a great day. I appreciate you coming in and telling us all about it, Ron. It is there should be more done to honour our service people. There's no doubt about that. But it is fantastic the way that Southern Footy League's got on board. Great to see the helicopter finally got here, mate. It's been a battle for you. And you need to get down. It is a great weekend of Southern Footy. We haven't had time to chat about that, but get down on the weekend, see your team in action. It is a great league to get down and watch. Stay with us. Still, a bit more to come.